Hey guys, it's Jake from Stay Fun. Today we're gonna let this old rusty wood chipper relive its former glory days and let it chip up this big pile of wood we got. If you're new to the channel, the story about this wood chipper, picked it up from a coworker of mine for free. The stipulation was he still owns it. I get to fix it, use it, and then he can use it whenever he wants to as well. So what we did with it is we actually got the locked up engine freed up a little bit, and it runs. Doesn't run perfect, but it does run. Got it loosened up, got it turning, got the carburetor replaced because the old one had some broken ears on it. Let's see, what else did we do? We did an oil change, oil filter change. I changed out the gas tank, changed out the fuel pump. Did that twice actually. Busted both of them, not exactly sure why. The first time I think it's because this gas tank here can be pressurized, and it pressurized the line, busted the little diaphragm in there. Second time, not sure what happened. So I just put an electric one on there. And that's just honestly, the easy way to go. I didn't want to figure out what was wrong with the mechanical one. I may not have the right mechanical one because I don't know exactly which engine this is. Someone in the comments of one of my previous videos said it was a 360 or a 390, something like that, and that it was gonna take up a lot of fuel, which is good, I guess, in one respect, because when it runs out of fuel, I can take a break, and bad in the other respect because fuel's expensive. Some of the issues we ran into while trying to get this fixed is I had to replace the starter solenoid, had to replace the spark plug wires, had to get the old point system running again. I actually still have the same points in there, which is kind of impressive. I've sanded those down just a little bit, got them sparking again, so that's on point, pun intended. And now at this point, I think we're ready to actually start chipping some of this wood. So what we've got here is a massive pile of wood right here behind me that we pulled out from in here. This is gonna be our backyard. We're gonna try and separate this massive pile with the excavator, kind of drop it closer to the chipper, and then I'll pick them up, chip them out, and it'll go into a nice natural area back in there. All right, so all of the controls are over here on the passenger side, I guess. We'll call it that. I did wire in a voltage meter because I wanted to know if the alternator was charging, wired up a coolant temp sensor so I can make sure that it's not overheating, if I ever even pay attention to that. We don't have the manual choke anymore. It's an electronic choke with this one. And then this is actually the speed control for the device. Pull it out or twist it out, either one, and that'll increase the speed of the engine, which when the clutch is engaged or the mechanism is engaged, that'll ramp the speed of the chipper up. So first off, we'll start it up and then we'll engage it. Slowly ramp up. I'll increase the RPM and it'll ramp up even more. It's about to get loud. Alright, so it's been a little bit and it's winding down now. It's just about done. But it wasn't throwing any chips out the front, which means the discharge is clogged. So had to cut it off, got to stop now. So I can open the discharge chute, clean that out, and hopefully we can actually throw chips out the front instead of just in the hole. Let's get it cleaned out real quick. So I think my problem is I'm not turning it up quite high enough to get it to send it out the front. So I just need to get more comfortable with it running high RPMs. minor modifications. That should help. Well, I guess the cooling system isn't quite up to snuff after all these years. Whew, that's perfect timing though, because I'm ready for a break. It made it through. Well guys, she did it. She got the wood chipped up. Did a pretty good job too. Maybe not quite as good as what she did in her former glory, you know, because of horsepower losses from age, and it's down at least one cylinder. But overall, it did great. We reduced the size of our pile over here. I don't know, maybe by about half. You know, that's probably half or a third of the size that it originally was. Now what's left is basically dirt chunks and root chunks, wood that's a lot larger than what we can really handle, and then wood that's like tiny and not worth doing, because what happens is, you look over here at our pile, all of the tiny stuff that we sent through it didn't really chip up very well, you know, little bitty pieces of stuff, but the pile itself got pretty tall, threw it way on out in here, and overall I'm impressed. It did a really good job. It chipped up a lot of what we needed it to. What it didn't chip, we're gonna burn. Pile's about a half or a third of the size that it was originally. Good job. Good job, Wood Chippy. Just gave it a name, I guess. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and y'all have a good one.